Morning folks. Well, out on a little outing today. Weather's not looking great. It's forecast for showers, but you've just got to get out when you can, really. Today I'm not travelling too far, but I'm going to visit one of the oldest medieval mansions in England. So without further ado, let's get going. Well, that was quick. Oh, don't you wish all journeys were like that?
Hidden away in a secluded Kent valley is this perfectly preserved medieval moated manor house. Emerging from the natural landscape almost 700 years ago, Ightham Mote is built from Kentish ragstone and great Wealden oaks. In the tranquil gardens there are streams and lakes fed by natural springs, an orchard, flower borders and a cutting garden. The wider 580-acre estate offers walks with secret glades and countryside views. Originally dating back to around 1320, the building is important because it has most of its original features. Successive owners effected relatively few changes to the main structure. The house has more than 70 rooms, all arranged around a central courtyard, and is surrounded by a square moat. Access to the house is via 3 bridges. In the tranquil gardens there are streams and lakes fed by natural springs, an orchard, flower borders and a cutting garden. The wider 580-acre estate offers walks with secret glades and countryside views.
Well, if you haven't already realised by the map, I'm at Ightham Mote. I'm only about 10 miles away from home, so it wasn't much of a journey. It took the country lanes. It was raining at the time, but now it's glorious sunshine, so I think we're going to get all the seasons today. But so what I'm going to do, first of all I'm going to walk around the grounds while it's dry, and later on I'm going to visit the mansion or the manor house. As you can probably hear occasionally, there's quite a bit of work going on here. They're doing a new car park, etc. So it is fairly noisy at the moment. I've been here about 3/4 of an hour and it's getting quite busy already. I arrived at sort of 9:55 and it officially opens at 10. I would have been well ahead of myself, but I've had quite a few problems with the camera. But all sorted now, so I'll get a nice bit of footage. And as you can see now, we're just walking along a path through an orchard, apple orchard. There's the view back to the main house, and then we're panning round to the stables where the art gallery is. Oh, true to form, it's raining, but it was on the cards. Hopefully it's only a short shower and we can crack on. I may just shelter under a tree because this camera is not waterproof. And to the right of me here is the North Lake. There's the path back towards the manor house. Well, we'll crack on a bit and hope the rain doesn't spoil the walk and my enjoyment. But it is what it is. It's very early March and the weather's very inclement. I'm just going to go to this little bridge and get the view up and down. Right, onward and upward. Well, one thing's for sure, as it's been raining, it's a lot quieter here now. I think everybody run for the cafe or to get into the house. I'm trying to time it so that there's not so many people in the house, so I can get some decent footage. Well, the rain's coming down quite heavy now, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to dive for cover and hopefully it'll pass over quite quickly. Fortunately, I've found shelter, so I'll sit it out. It's only a shower. Looks like it's going to be one of those on and off days. I was about to sit there and it's a kiddie's bench. I'll never get up again. The weather forecast was rain on and off all day anyway, so it's just a matter of getting in and out and getting what I want done in the dry spells. And that's partly why I chose a National Trust property nearer to home. Literally 15-20 minutes. So yeah, it's a lovely place anyway. The rain keeps tourists away, I suppose, so in between the showers I will get a lot of footage. And there's not a lot of signs of spring as yet. There's a few daffs out, but other than that, yeah, a bit early for that. We've had a few cold snaps, been very wet, but it is what it is. I do like my winter walks and I like my winter days out, so I can't complain. Probably don't make the best footage, but there you go. Well, it finally stopped raining. It took about 30 minutes, but in all fairness, under that shelter, just sitting there in the peace and quiet was absolutely wonderful. As I said earlier, there's quite a lot of works going on here. They've made a new car park, and I'm not even sure what they're doing now, but there's lots of updates, and you can probably hear the machinery in the background. And during that half hour, it was absolutely dead quiet. All I could hear was the stream and bird song. So I actually really enjoyed that. So yeah, that was a nice break. The downside, I wish I'd brought coffee, because today I haven't brought a day pack or coffee or sandwiches because I'm so near home. But there you go. That's one of those days where I could have really done with sitting there having a bite to eat and a nice cup of ground coffee. We're now heading back past North Lake, and through the trees there you can probably see the house in the distance. It is still raining slightly. You can probably see the rain on the lake, but it's nothing much to worry about. So I'll continue filming outside, and hopefully it will dry up completely and everybody will run out of the house and I can go in there and get some nice footage. That's always the problem with visiting stately homes or historic buildings, that they do tend to attract massive crowds, which is fair enough, but not good for filming, unfortunately. Right, we've just got to go up this slope. This will be a little test for my knees. They're doing okay. Now steps. Yep. Pleased with that. It's just stopped raining, but I think it's time to get under cover and visit the house.
The last private owner of Ightham Mote was an American businessman, Charles Henry Robinson, who revived the fortunes of the house when he bought it in 1953. Robinson ran a profitable stationery company in Portland, Maine, but he stayed at Ightham during the summer months over the next 3 decades. Charles Henry Robinson died in 1985, aged 93, and his ashes are interred at Ightham outside the crypt. He had decided in 1965 to bequeath the house and contents to the National Trust, stating that the house, like the moat, belonged to the ages. Robson said, "One does not possess it, rather the opposite. One acts as a temporary protector or guardian."
Well, that's it, folks. Yes, a thoroughly enjoyable visit. Lovely in here. There's not a lot of people about now. I don't know whether the rain's driven them off or whether it's the time of day. It's about 1 p.m. now. I've been here since 10. But I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and hopefully I've got some good footage of the house. This is a different type of video for me. I tend to not visit the actual National Trust properties because they're generally crowded, but I've tried my best for this one. And please let me know what you think of it. If you'd like me to do more National Trust buildings, mansions and castles, because there's plenty in Kent and East Sussex in my surrounding area. So that's it for now. Hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. See you on the next one. Bye for now.